What day is today?
30th.
April 30th, 2013. And we are going to make a virtual tour of our nature trail. This is my first period social studies class. On this day, what's the weather like, guys?
It's very nice.
It's 55 degrees
It's
and sunny.
55 degrees and sunny. Thank you, Annalise. All right, everybody's got their media to look at. It is, and I hear birds singing in the background, and I see a wildlife sanctuary sign. When was it built and put up? When was the sign built, made, put up?
1996 to 1997.
All right, 96 and 97. It was $500, believe it or not.
It's older than me.
Yes, it is. All right, we're studying our history, so we know dates.
What happened? They died on
The arbor was built in 1996 by an Eagle Scout named Jonathan Mary. And that is jasmine growing all over it. Earlier this year we had a problem with roof rats, and so we buried them behind that deadlock right there.
Can I see?
All right, our nature trail has lots of oak trees. This first part right there behind the weight training building has lots of oak trees. What do we have here?
I don't know, but that looks so cool.
It's a grass that
Stepping on my foot.
people around here call monkey darts.
monkey darts.
Monkey darts, and then of course there's moss right through here,
Never stepped on me.
which is a non-vascular plant.
What is that?
Ow.
Yes, monkey darts stick. That's part of their strategy for getting dispersed. All right through this part, right behind the weight training building, there's lots of muscadine and blueberries underneath the oak canopy.
That's it.
These little bitty trees are sassafras, and they have different shaped leaves. That's the original root beer came from this, from the root of the sassafras. In the past, we've had two trails, one that goes down low beside the fence around the holding pond. There's the holding pond. And this group would like to go up high, which is along the fence, where there are lots of different kinds of wildflowers. Okay, right here we've got clover, we've got vetch, and we have sorrel, which is sourweed, and it is edible. It is a bluebird, but I think it's an indigo bunting. I don't think it's a blue bird by its call. See, the whole body is blue. I think it's an indigo bunting. There's the holding pond, and you can hear a tree frog. Ah, there it is. That's a fire ant hill, so you would not want to mess with that, and encourage your hikers not to mess with it too. Right here, we just saw a lizard duck up underneath the bark of the dead tree right here. And this is right before...
It's right there.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
That was a fly, I think, but that's probably what... Oh, there's his face sticking out. He's going to get that fly.
There he is.
Do you see it? That's a skink, guys. There it just went. We got it. This is a wild flower plant called dog fennel. It smells good. Guys, all along the fence right here is muscadine vine. That's a muscadine vine underneath an oak tree. And we saw buck moth caterpillars on the oak tree. Right here is when we go into the woods, and we leave the side of the holding pond. And there did not used to be monkey darts here, but because of trail tours, we have lots of monkey darts. And on this side, lots more muscadine and oak trees, and a few dogwoods interspersed.
I can go to the bathroom for now on.
This vine is not. It's called Virginia creeper, and it's not poisonous, but there's poison ivy up the way. And there's a little pin oak right there. This vine growing up the tree is poison ivy, and you don't want to mess with it. And it's quite a vine. Look, it goes all the way up there. There are parchment fungi or bracket fungi growing on this tree. Those little plants are called rattlesnake plants, rattlesnake plantain. And they have little yellow flowers at the top when they're blooming. And there's Solomon seal. There's also false Solomon seal on our nature trail.
The stuff you can eat.
Yes, the sourweed, and you can see the sorrel leaves. What country is this? Yes, France. You can buy it at the market and put it in your soup. Second period, we see a cardinal and what I think might be a phoebe. Little bird right there. Second period came back down here and we have a pair of skinks. Ooh, that's a good thing. That means more skinks in the future. The second period is going to pick up where first period left off. That is cross-country trail. But our trail goes along this little ridge right here. It's where the poison ivy is and the rattlesnake plant and the Solomon seal and all kinds of mosses and things. Okay. Wild ginger coming up right here.
No, it was last year.
What is that spider?
I don't know. I have to go look it
It's
up.
got something in its mouth.
I think
or its
that's
butt.
the egg sac. She's carting her egg sac.
Oh, that's cool.
Gosh, about 10 years ago, right along this ridge, we found an arrowhead. An arrowhead, Native American arrowhead.
You ever heard like toxic mold?
Yeah, it grows in houses, but that's jelly fungus growing on the bottom of that dead stick right there.
Wait, which one is that?
On the very first part of the slope going down to the creek is some anemone and also some little violet plants. And of course our Christmas fern. That is a trillium. Beautiful ephemeral wildflower. Okay, wonderful.
Go, Libby!
Yeah, Ernesto pointed out that there's a lot of bamboo down by the creek here. This is right before the first bridge. There's the creek, and there's our first bridge.
There's some
CJ.
wild yam.
Wild yam. Bloodroot is called bloodroot because the root is blood red. We took one picture of the root one year. It's medicinal too. That means it can be used as medicine. The bird that goes, drink your pee-pee. It's called a towhee.
That one?
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
That was a towhee. Now, it was 2002, 2003 when the soccer field was expanded. And that's when all these trees were pushed over along the edge. This is a wild cherry tree, and it's got little parasitic gnat galls on it. And then in the background, there's a beautiful sweet shrub. Licale. Just pointed out another beautiful trillium along our trail. There's a swallowtail butterfly. For years, we've been walking under this tree, guys. It fell.
Ernie.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, let's go.
Look at that. I mean, I've got tons of pictures of kids climbing on the tree and fungus growing on the tree, and it has fallen. All right. I don't know if we can move it, but I guess we'll try. Alright, that's what it looks like now. We moved the dead log to the lower side of the trail. Looks good, CJ. Okay, here's the second bridge that we have now. And this is like the lowest part of the nature trail right through here. That's the direction we're going to go.
Yeah.
That's an orchid right there. They have green on top and purple on the bottom and little bumps on the leaves. And they bloom in August. Along the edge of the creek we have lots of moss and liverwort. There's a beautiful patch of liverwort right down there. I was going to ask you, CJ, what all kinds of things have we found in the creek?
We found crawfish.
Yep.
We found tadpoles. We found
Little fish called sculpins.
Yep.
Wait, are those the
And banded water snakes. Oh, and there is a pretty bracket fungi going along that tree underneath the big tree. Y'all see that? Banded water snakes can bite, but they're not poisonous. This is the low part of the trail, and there are all the trees that were pushed over.
By the tornado?
No, well, some of them, the older ones would be by the tornado, but the younger ones would have been in 2003. And yeah,
Expanding the field.
yes, when they made the field house. Now see, the dead trees on this side are probably from the tornado.
Yeah.
Okay, see how they're cut, and Mr. Barton came down here and cut them with his chainsaw. But on this side, these younger ones are the ones that were felled in 02, 03.
Look, there's like construction lining right there, the green stuff.
Yeah, there's, yep. And it's kind of wet and low through here, but that's what makes it perfect for ferns. This part of the trail is pretty wet, so we'll walk on the uphill side. And these ferns right here that have their spore cases coming up in a stalk are called cinnamon ferns. Those are cinnamon ferns. And there's nutsedge, that grass with the little thing at the tip, that's nutsedge. And there's the creek. We saw a banded water snake on the other side sunning itself one year. And then over here along this tree is more climbing hydrangea. Now I'm looking towards the high school's track and girls softball field. We had trail on that side once, but we encountered some problems up here with sinkholes because of erosion. There's Bailey on the third bridge. That's where we also saw another large banded water snake. It would bask on the side of the creek right above the water, so it could just drop right in if it was disturbed. CJ's checking out mud that we've used in the past to make stress balls that were really good sellers. Alright, this is in between the third bridge and the fourth bridge. There are a lot of sweet gums down here, ferns, and there's also a lot of catchweed. This is the fourth bridge, which takes us back up to the 8th grade stairs. And that up there is where the holding pond is for the sewage treatment facility. This is leading up to the field and the school building again and the 8th grade stairs.
Nature trail.
And there's Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Right here, as we are about to exit the woods, is a little bit of ground pine. Ground pine is a vascular spore producing plant. Okay, here's our expanded field and the field house. Alright, and we got these new part of the stairs just last year, the end of the year last year, 2012. So now the steps and the stairs come all the way down to the field. All right, after we come up the 8th grade stairs, we walk along the driveway, and there is the courtyard. The courtyard was
built, I guess you want to say, in 1997 and 98.
That's right. A friend of mine, Tamara Calabria, drew up a courtyard plan. And that's one of the trees that we planted. And we have 2 raised beds instead of the 6 that she envisioned. But we do have a bog. It was a water garden, and we turned it into a bog. And we planted these magnolia trees too. All right.
Jasmine found a calico.
There it is, and there's our brochure this year, and this is going to be 5th period doing a tour of the trail. Little toad in that hole looking out at us. Did Gavin find it or Logan? Both of you?
Both of us.
All right, there's the first bridge, and a little ways up, about right here, there were a couple of dead logs in 2004 where we took a picture of a banded water snake. That's sweet gum. There's a lot of sweet gum at the end. Jasmine found a beetle. It's on her shoe. I do not know what kind it is yet.
So it's a jasmine beetle.
It's a jasmine beetle.
Where's it?
There's a fence lizard. We're approaching the 2nd bridge, and there's a little gray fence lizard on the dead log. And there's something tickling my arm. Y'all come forth and let me see this beautiful young class. This is 5th period.
Hey, Miss Cummings.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Miss Cummings.
Logan.
Nature trail.
We're practicing. We're practicing. Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Cameras.
Yeah.
Monkey darts.
Yes, monkey darts. All right.
Monkey darts down my shirt.
Yeah, monkey darts.
I know that fern.
Well, that's a different fern from that, and I believe that is Christmas fern. I'm not sure what kind that
Didn't they
is.
make a movie about that where the red fern grows or something?
They sure did. Some fungi hiding below the ferns. This is 6th period. We're going to make a virtual tour of the nature trail and try to pick up all the little things that we missed during the other class periods. And that's the jasmine planted by Jonathan Mary. In what year? Does anybody remember?
No.
96.
Oh, it's 98.
Yep. That's a little wildflower called Solomon seal. It's going to be in bloom next week.
What?
All right, during 6th period, there's a little bug on the sorrel.
Doesn't matter if you're boys.
That's a butterfly bush that I think Mr. Barton planted here, right above the holding pond. There's a kind of a wildflower that I have not been able to identify.
Cummings, I found some poison ivy.
It has a square stem, so it's related to mint.
I swear.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. These little purple flowers are ones I don't know either. Tall. There's a wasp. Got to be careful for those guys. This little wildflower is called pepper root.
Yeah, she's taking pictures right now.
There's that gray fence lizard peeking out from the little crack in the log. I think lizards are cute.
Taking pictures.
Rubber ducky. Got a copy on
Right past the 3rd bridge before you go up the hill is some foam flour. Jesse Osborne spotted one of our old bridges. We don't go that way anymore because we couldn't find a way out of the woods. The hill is too steep. The trail used to come out of the woods right here. And we walk up along here and then meet with the stairs right here. And that's how much more the enlarged field increased the depth.